Our next guest is a very funny man. You may remember as the guy no one remembers in The After Party. He has a new comedy special on Netflix called A Whole Lifetime with Jamie Demetriou. Please welcome Jamie Demetriou. I think I pronounced your name correctly, did I?
I forget myself. Demetriou, yes.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the famous singing noise, ooh.
Ooh, yes, ooh. I've heard that in so many
Right.
songs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, is that what you're named after?
No.
Oh.
It's a sort of annoying story, the story of my name. My dad,
Annoy us.
my
Go
dad
ahead.
wanted to call me Demetriou, to which my mum was like, no, I want him to have an enjoyable life. Not one where he's got the name of a sort of Mediterranean riddle. So she said no, and he kept at it, wanted to call me that, and eventually he gave up, and they were in the car one day, and he said, okay, I'm sorry, okay, right, how about Jamie Demetriou? And my mum was kind of annoyed that he'd got a name that she liked. She was like, oh, do you know what, yeah, that's what he's going to be called. And then my mum looked at the camera, my dad looked at the camera, rather, and said, little does she know, Jamie in Greek is Dimitri. So my name is Demetriou, and by extension, Jimmy is also Dimitri in Greek.
Oh,
so
great.
Well,
There's a lot of Demetrius. What about Guillermo? Is Guillermo Dimitri as well?
Sure, why not? Hey, Guillermo.
Yeah, hey,
Hey,
hi,
Dimitri.
Nice
It's
to meet
Dimitri
you.
over there on the stool. You're, by the way, your sister is on What We Do in the Shadows.
She is. She's a vampire.
And
yeah.
she's great. She's super
Great.
funny. And so you must have a funny family, I guess. Like your dad bamboozled your mother.
Yeah, no. They're funny. They're very funny. Not always intentionally.
Right.
That's often the way. I mean, when I was a kid, whenever I'd be walking down the street, sometimes you see something insane happening in the street and you walk towards it. More often than not, when I arrived at the thing, it would be like, oh, hi, Dad. Like, if I saw someone, like, using a tree as a walking stick, or actually one time I saw a driverless car just, like, driving down the street, and I was like, oh, my God. And as it got close to me, I looked through the window and just saw my dad like that. I sort of chased the car, and when I found him at my house, I was like, what happened? He went, I bought a new car, the seat isn't nice. The seat wasn't nice.
The seat wasn't nice.
Yeah.
Was he trying to be funny, or is
No,
he just a
it
nut,
just
your dad?
reclined, and he couldn't work out how to get it back up, but didn't mind. I think ultimately not minding really helps you be very funny a lot of the time.
Is your dad still with us?
He is. He's very much about, I saw him at Christmas. I see him every Christmas. Actually, I mean, we are, as a family, kind of, we're very different in lots of ways, and that is manifested massively around Christmas, where we're trying to choose a movie or things like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think 2 years ago, has anyone seen that movie, The Rescue? It's a documentary about saving a Thai football team from a cave.
Oh, right, yeah, that's great, yeah, sure.
So around Christmas time, we try and choose a movie that everyone will like. My dad likes there to be sort of a high risk of death. And my mum likes the ending to involve someone finding out that what they needed was in their heart all along. So I was like, oh my God, that's such a, it's got both those things. Let's check it out. It was only within about 5 minutes I realised there's a lot of sort of subtitles and foreign language in it. And I was like, oh, my dad doesn't read English so well. And he's sort of short of hearing. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to be like the great son of Christmas. And I'm going to scream the subtitles at him so that he can follow it. So I was there being like, so, by the time we found the boys, their morale was high, but morale doesn't help you breathe. What helps you breathe is oxygen tanks, and we were missing one. And he's like, all right, okay, great, there, thank you very much. And we're going through, I'm like, oh, and by the time, once we found them in the cave, they were really, really happy to see us. And he eventually just went, Jay, do you mind if I watch the film and stop telling me about your life?
About your life.
He thought that I was just telling him what I'd been up to lately. But I was like, there was like a vein popping out of my head. But I was like, but wait, if what I've been up to recently is saving a group of young Thai boys from a cave, aren't you happy or impressed? Like, that's just quite a nice thing to do, isn't it?
It seems like Dad would give you a pat on the back
Sure,
or something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
What is your dad, that accent you're doing? Your dad is Greek?
He's Greek Cypriot, yes.
Okay.
My mum's English, my dad's Greek Cypriot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hence the Dimitri. around?
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of Demetrious. Yeah.
Yeah, we're around.
This show is this special you made is very funny. I watched it last night. I saw you on a show. Gosh, I'm forgetting the title. You'll remember it, I'm sure. That's about you renting apartments to people.
Yeah.
And this never happens really, but I was watching the show. What's the name of that show?
It's called Stath Lets Flats, unfortunately.
Stath Lets Flats,
yeah.
right.
Very difficult to say.
It's hard for us because we don't call apartments flats.
No.
But yeah, now it makes sense. But I was like, I wrote in the night to our talent bookers, as we call them. I said, this guy is very funny. Please ask him if he'll do the show. This was like 3 years ago, and now here you are. Yeah. I don't know if they told you that.
Well, no, but that makes me feel incredible and like an amazing person. Thank you.
Tell your father I said that. We'll put it up in the subtitles here.
Sure, what amazing person under my name.
This Netflix special, you take us through from the womb throughout life. Yes.
That's the idea. It's kind of a sketch show, but yeah, it follows from birth to death. I start in the womb and I end in the tomb.
We have a little. This is you in the womb at the beginning.
Yes,
now, you're not
That's from my ultrasound.
You're not a baby in the womb.
How did you get that footage? That's insane. I've never even seen that.
Well, it's a telescope we have pointed into your mother. And this is. What is happening here when you shot this?
Sure. So that is me. So as you can maybe see from my neckline, that isn't my natural kind of hair quantity.
You were a hairy man.
Yeah, we had about 4 minutes to shoot this scene. And about half an hour left of the day to do it. So I was there was like a military operation to basically sort of strip me of my bodily culture.
They had to, they shaved you right before the shoot?
Yeah, I had to, basically, we were supposed to shoot it the next day, and then we had as what happens, we had half an hour at the end of the day, and they were like, get him on a metal table and remove every strand. So I had bless Emma Croft, our makeup designer, who had the task of assembling a team, giving all of them a race to just destroy me.
Why a metal table? They just want to make it as uncomfortable for you as possible?
I think it just makes a better... yeah, I think, yeah. It makes, it sort of helps me get into a zone of a baby.
Did they do this with a razor, or did they do the big strips?
I'd say 7 razors, and then I was left to sort of finish everything off on my own.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that was the idea. But then I sort of got ushered very quickly to a big bowl. So that's like a big red bowl full of KY jelly.
Is it?
Yes, which I had to be ushered into. And I was told that it was, for some reason, I don't know why, but I was told it was safer to have my modesty thong cut out of my bum with scissors while I was in the bowl. And that, it's a pretty good shot.
That's safer.
I'm happy with it.
You were told it was safer.
Yeah, they were told safer and quicker was what I heard. I think someone just wanted to feel what the metal in my bum felt like.
Wow, you really made a sacrifice for your art. Well, it worked out. It's very funny. It's very funny. It's called A Whole Lifetime with Jamie Demetriou. It's on Netflix now. The man gave his body hair for this special. So thanks for being with us, Jamie. We'll be right back with Depeche Mode.